up, gamers? And you know, my recent views weren't as great as I thought they'd be, but then I just realized something. Nobody cares about my game.
Bruh.
And since my one video that I made did not do good, I think I'm just gonna throw in the towel and just give up. Because my life sucks.
Bruh.
And instead of making YouTube videos, I'd rather just watch them.
Bruh. Bruh.
Well, hold
Bruh.
on now. Apparently giving up is for losers. So I need to just go ahead and throw that idea out that obviously that my game was gonna be the thing that of all things that, you know, the best thing since like sliced bread. And just realize that, you know, you guys don't even know nor care about this.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And that is why I will use everything in my God-given power to show you the fury, the might, the blood, sweat, and tears of all my hard work so that you guys will care about my game.
Bruh, chill. I don't know why you're in a big time rush.
I did get some questions asked to me about what kind of genre of game this is and what setting is it placed in. And you know, that's a good question, and I probably didn't explain it very well in my last video, so here, let me go ahead and explain it to you. You know, thinking that everything in my head is like, you know, played out in real life, like, you know, yeah, Matt, that's a great idea, Matt. Yeah, Matt. Okay, go ahead, Matt. Awesome, Matt. Okay, let's do it, Matt. Nothing happens. Yeah, so like, HXH is an arena-style fighting game that's set in a different world where science and magic exist. The main character, who I actually haven't decided who the real main character is, actually gets isekai'd to another world. Due to the violent nature of women and them being more powerful than the men, wink wink, they actually killed off all the living men, leaving only women behind to fight amongst themselves to see who's the strongest woman and the most beautiful while being the strongest. Because, I mean, you gotta look good while doing it, right? The reason why the women look the way they do is because they wear their beauty as a symbol of pride. Because, you know, if you ever saw my foundation NFT, I'm just gonna go ahead and shamelessly plug this in here, you know, just shameless plug here, don't mind me. You know, pride, you know, like that kind of, no, you probably haven't, so whatever. Kind of like how a lion with its mane or peacock and its feathers, you know, like those creatures over there. No, you don't know those creatures? Well, okay, yeah, they don't even exist in America, so who cares? Well, hopefully that clears things up and you guys actually like understand what the game kind of setting is and the kind of vibe that you're getting from it. If you don't understand the vibe, then maybe you're just not vibing with me, and you know, maybe your vibe is off. But yeah, if you guys didn't also know that this is an arena style fighting game, I don't think I explained the genre. Yeah, it's an arena style fighting game, so yeah, hopefully that clears things up. Unlike my grandma's relationship with my Uncle Dudley, who isn't my grandma's brother or related to my family in any way, making my grandma the 2 a.m. snack? Whatever. So, my character models aren't made by me because, like, who has the time for that? Like, really? Blender? You think I'm gonna go master Blender? Yeah, right. There's no way, not me. Yeah. But you know what? Ryan Reynolds mastered Blender or ZBrush, so I mean, like, why not just pick up his assets? They already look great anyway. So if you want to go pick up some of Ryan Reynolds' assets, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link in the description, and you know, let you go ahead and download some of his stuff and purchase it. And if the affiliate program approves me by the time this video comes out, maybe you guys can get it for free. I don't know. Who knows? Don't quote me on it. I mean, it's not like they would give me links to give away free stuff, and I mean, I'm not gonna give you the download link to the game, so it's not like you get anything from me. But I mean, if you don't click on the link and you don't get it for free, then that was on you. So it's like only beneficial for you to click on the link and at least try it to see if you get free stuff, if not a discount or something. But again, don't quote me on this. But when you're working inside of HDRP, you have to make sure all the materials are working correctly. So first you have the textures that go on the materials, and then you actually have the materials themselves. And then so the materials need to be adjusted to HDRP. And you know, sometimes when you load a character in for the first time without stating that it's HDRP, you're just going to get a pink character, pink background, pink everything, and you might be wondering, like, what the heck, what do I have to do? It's very, very simple. All you have to do is just go ahead into Unity and just click on your materials and click on HDRP. Turn it to lit, because that means you want light to be casted on it so that it casts shadows and all that. If you do unlit, it's going to look kind of bland and kind of dull, so you want it to be lit. And you know, if you're ever having trouble with, you know, turning things to HDRP, just go ahead and leave a comment. I'll get in more depth about how to do that. But you know, whatever, like, all you have to do is clickety click clack clack and bam, there you go. So like, sometimes Ryan doesn't actually export working models of the hair, and I mean, I'm not talking any type of disrespect or any type of shit or nothing like that, but you know, like, it'd be great if he did it, you know, just shipping the character. But you know, I talked to him before already about it, and he says that he just focuses on Unreal, like, you know, the rest of the world does, as if Unity doesn't exist, which makes me wonder what people are doing with Godot or what is it, Construct, or any of those other like lower tier gaming engines. Like, what are you guys even doing with those? Like,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
just go pick up Python and just learn Python, for crying out loud.
Girl, come on, girl. Calm down, girl. Calm down. It's okay. I'm a professional. I do this every
Like, it's either Unity or Unreal, and everyone uses Unreal. So, I mean, I don't even know why I'm using Unity, even with that Unreal Fortnite creator, which I have a video on, by the way, if you guys want to go check that out. But anyway, sometimes like Ryan doesn't really like get the hair models right working on it, but it's actually a really easy fix. All you have to do is head over into Photoshop and assign an alpha layer, and you can actually see it inside of Unity. Like, you'll look inside the materials and it'll just see RGB, and it doesn't have an A. And if it doesn't have an A, all you have to do is go into Photoshop, assign the RGB and A, which is the alpha file, and then export it exactly like how it is, and boom, there you go, you got your alphas. And then when you go set alpha clipping inside the hair, it'll actually take out all the excess BS that you didn't want in there to begin with, and you're wondering, like, why is the hair really working? You know, you gotta. But Ryan, if you just kind of like don't leave that out, that'd be kind of good. But I mean, hey man, I love your models anyway, so I'm still not talking shit. You know, I'm not saying you're leaving things out, like my grandma left me out for fun activities with my brother to go to the toy store and go see the world's biggest TV back in 1969, which was probably not even that big since my brother was 9 when he was describing it. But you know, hey, whatever, my life, right? So whenever you're working inside a UFE, which is located in the description down below if you want to make a fighting game yourself, which again you could get for free, by the way, but hey, don't quote me on it. Just click the link and see if it works for yourself. You know what I'm saying, you cheap little bitch. You could go ahead and add all the basic animations that involve idle, walking, jumping, blocking, and taking damage. And if you can't find the animations that you want, you can always head to Blender and make them yourselves, because, you know, like, this is game dev, you know, you gotta make things yourself, right? Or not, you know, you could just go ahead and buy them with Unity with the link down below, and you can get them for free, you know, because you're a cheap little bitch. But I'm bad at animations and Blender, so sometimes I use this new AI called ChatGPT to do it all for me. Yo, ChatGPT, can you do my animations? Okay, so like I guess ChatGPT will not do animations for you because it's actually not that advanced. So hey, I guess I'm keeping my art job, I guess, right? Because game dev is art, and I'm an artist, I guess. So that means my job is still safe, right? Well, wrong. Okay, so now I guess they have this new tool that's called Cascader, and Cascader is another AI tool that actually creates animations for you. So I guess there is one for it. But I mean, at least you still have to pose and make the animations yourself. It just kind of auto fixes everything for you so that the animations seem a lot more real. And you know, it's like here. If I go to the site and go ahead and describe it, Cascader is a standalone software for 3D keyframe animation of humanoid or other characters. Boring. It's an AI tool that makes animations go. So it makes it all super easy for you. That's all you need to know. Pick it up and try it. It's free for you guys that don't want to pay for shit because you're cheap as fuck. So inside of UFE, there's two main ways to go ahead and have your character walking. And inside of fighting games, you find this a lot too. Either your character is moving around because it's being pushed and pulled by the game engine itself, or every time you actually take a step with the character, it actually takes a step. So if you don't know what I'm talking about here, ever see like Soul Calibur where Goldo is just kind of sliding around on the floor with his weird ass self, and he's not really actually taking a step, but he's actually taking a step, but he's not taking a step? Or inside of Guilty Gear where you actually like have the character sliding around. Or like the whole wave dashing thing inside of Super Smash, but it's like, why is your character sliding around on the ground even though he's taking a step? Well, yeah, that's because the animations that are being played don't actually correlate to the step that's being taken. And so I lost you already because that's boring. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that the character steps are the actual steps that are being stepped on the step, which is the step that's being taken as a step, and that's the step to choose. So inside of UFE, each move is called, or each attack animation is called a move, and you go ahead and you assign those onto each character. So you have to go into each individual attack that you want to do, assign it as a move, give it a special name, adjust the animation that's on it, you know, adjust the hitboxes that are on there. Each move that you do with the hitbox has an initiation of the attack frames, and then the cooldown period. Which you've played any other type of fighting games before, it should feel really similar to how those games feel, because you know, before, when you're initiating the attack and you're in the middle of it, you can't really just press any buttons in between that unless it's like a cancellation move, and then you can go ahead and do like a cancellation before that, but then you're doing the initial attack where the hitbox frames are actually active in that moment, and then the cooldown period where you can't do anything again, and you know, you're open for an attack, or you know, your opponent is you know, should be stunned, which actually now lets me think about this now, is that's where you get to play with these stuns. It goes into my next part about damages and stuns. I guess, yeah, for now, like, now that I think about it, every time I do a damage now and I adjust the stuns on it, the stun should match the cooldown period of each move, but at the same time give a little bit of less stun than the damage recovery for that move. That way, you know, if there's certain smaller attacks, the other player has a percentage of chance to come back and you know, punish for your weak moves. Unless it's a combo follow-up and you do a proper combo follow-up, then there is no chance. And I only just figured this now after talking about it, so that's actually really amazing. Thank you, my non-existent followers that don't want to subscribe and like and comment and do all that stuff. I mean, at least I'm learning something new as I'm making this, so that's actually pretty awesome. Thanks, me, because I guess I'm doing this for only me. My life.
Why shouldn't you put a toaster in a bathtub full of water?
Because your toast would get soggy.
Each move is going to be able to follow up with a different combo, and you know, you have the 2 normal attacks, you have the 2 special attacks, you have the charge move, you have dashing, blocking, jumping. So each of these moves that you're going to be able to do are going to be followed up with different moves, and I wanted it to be very dynamic without being too complicated at the same time, you know, like magic, you know. And so basically you have to add a level of complexity without being too complex. That way anyone could be able to pick up the game and essentially button smash and look cool with being able to play the game. But then if you have a skilled player, then, you know, obviously they're going to notice that you're just button smashing and not really knowing what you're doing, and then be able to skill based beat you out. So I do have it as it being simple, but I do want it to be skill based. And if you ever played, like I said, any of those other type of fighting games, like if you're good with that parry and dodging and blocking, you know, each type of button smash combo is not going to be able to get in your way, even if the other player is throwing a 10-hit combo. Whereas, you know, a regular player could still pick up the game, do a really cool, fun 10-hit combo, and, you know, never really know what's going on. But then you have a skilled player that just knows that, okay, I know what you're doing right now, and dodge and block and parry, and then boom, you're open for an attack and then get punished very violently. So that is the way that I kind of wanted to set this up. Is blocking, parrying, and dodging are for the skilled players that are really great, and then allow 10-hit combos and special abilities to be accessed very easy for the beginner player that wants to come in. And that way you have a very fun, violent, punishing game that feels like boss fights, but at the same time, skilled players don't get bored of playing the game because of the wide range of 10-hit combos that can be unleashed, and you have to be able to block, parry, and dodge those. But again, this is only a work in progress, and it might not work out how I think it should work out. So yeah, if it doesn't end up working out, you could just go ahead and tell me how bad it sucks, and by, you know, wish listing the game on Steam and liking this video and commenting on it and going to the Discord and following on Discord and being a part of this the thing. And, you know, I think I got a Patreon page out there if you want to go ahead and tell me how bad it is by donating. I mean, I would very much appreciate your negative criticism. But as you know, as the great Danny would say, Rome wasn't built on the moon. So, you know, I guess I just have to take his word for it.